I'm going to show you how to wind a bobbin. The first thing you need to do when you're winding a bobbin is you need to lift the presser foot up. So there's a lever at the back of the machine. Pull that up and that will lift the presser foot up off the machine. The next thing you need to do is you need to unthread the machine back before the take-up lever. The take-up lever moves while the machine is winding the bobbin, so you don't want the thread to get all caught up, so just take it out of the take-up lever and make sure that if there's a bobbin case in the machine already that you take that out as well. And when you're removing a bobbin case out of the machine, you can use the latch on the side of the bobbin case to help you to pull the bobbin case out. Make sure that the take-up lever is in its highest position when you try and pull the bobbin case out. If it's not at its highest position, then you'll find it very difficult to get the bobbin case out of the machine. Okay, so we're winding a bobbin, and the bobbin winding area is on the side of the machine, on the right hand side of the machine. What you need to do is you bring the thread up into the thread stand and into one of the hooks, and then down into this area at the back here, this little tension disc area. The thread passes down and through this metal hole and then comes around and in between the two metal discs. Now make sure that it's in there really well. Use both hands to test that. Then bring the thread back towards this spindle here. Now at this stage we can pass the thread into the bobbin, and the way to do this is you come in between and near, if you've got one of these bobbins that has this little slot in the top, then it's a good idea to use that. Pass it through the hole near the slot, coming into the middle of the bobbin area, and then out through the middle hole of the bobbin. And then you're ready to place this onto the spindle, the metal spindle. So place it on with the thread tail hanging out to the right hand side. It's quite a firm fit, so place it onto that metal spindle, and then you'll see there's a little slot in the end of that post or that spindle. Just place the thread through and it should cut off like that. Now it's important that you don't have any thread tails on the bobbin, so if you don't have that slot area, you may need to use an alternate method. The alternate method is just to make sure that you wind enough thread over the top of the tail to hold the thread in place to make sure it doesn't slip while it's winding. So give it a test, give it a pull. If it comes free or if it moves, then you haven't got enough, you haven't held the tail in place firmly enough, and it will then wind a really messy bobbin which will cause problems with sewing. The last thing to do is to make sure that you trim the thread tail back as close as you can so that there's no thread hanging out and interfering with the operation of the bobbin. So cut that back as close as you can, and then you can place that onto the spindle. Now make sure that you place it on, it will spin clockwise, so make sure that you place it on so that it's taking up the thread when it spins clockwise. Then the last thing to do is to push the engaging lever forward, and that will engage the bobbin winding. Turn the machine on at the power, then put your foot down on the pedal, and the bobbin will wind. When you've got enough thread on there, turn the power off, bring the engaging lever back, and you're ready to cut your bobbin thread off and put it into the bobbin case.